good.
Right now, yeah, I
look
guess
good,
trying
bro.
to grow the beard out like my grandfather.
You look really good, bro. It's been a long time. A long time.
Yeah. So what's going on with you?
I just had a baby. That's something that's he was born in March, so he's like 7 months. He's about to be 8 months old in a couple days, and
Oh man.
I was stressed out at first, but everything's been so smooth so far. I'm like worried that now it's gonna get and you're one perfect one to ask. Your daughters are 13?
12.
12. And so how was it with your kids? Like, can you give me some advice?
Oh man. Well,
like, you know what I mean?
I had two of them, man, at the same time, so it was a little. It wasn't as bad as like everyone said it was going to be, but it was a little stressful. But I mean, the biggest thing, to be honest with you, was like the diapers. Oh my god! I mean, I hated that shit. I mean, literally, I can't. It's like, ugh, baby poo. It's like, oh, they're cute, but nah, that shit's nasty. I mean, like right now, it's kind of not that bad. They're little. Just wait till they get a little bit bigger. That shit is disgusting. Well, I mean, like, when they start eating like human food, oh man, you need to start potty training like right away as soon as possible because that shit's nasty. Like, I would always gag. I couldn't do it, and it's like you're gonna get to where like they're like shitting all the time. It's gonna be crazy, but you'll get used to it. But
I'm there.
My daughter's one is bad. Like, they didn't cry too much. Like, as long as they were side by side, they were cool. So, and we played music, so we got them used to loud music, so that they wouldn't wake up on like the little tiny noises. So that was always good to try.
That's awesome.
But, yeah. But once they start standing, oh man, it's crazy. They used to stand up on inside the crib and jump up and down. Yeah, they were pretty crazy. They used to climb out too, which is kind of crazy. That's when we had to like lower the thing and make the prison a little bit bigger. But yeah, like, I mean, it just depends on the person. I mean, like, my daughters were crazy. I mean, they were all over the place. It's hard with two, man. Like, one crawls this way, and especially like when like you're by yourself, because there'd be times when like their mother would want to like take a break, which is understandable. She'll go out with her sister-in-law, and I'll be stuck with the girls, and they're like one or like less than that, and they're just crawling around. It's like, oh my god, trying to keep them like in one spot. You gotta take a piss, and you go to the bathroom, and they're pounding on the door. It's like, it's pretty crazy. But it's fun, though. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty good. I had a good time with them. I mean, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, man. Especially you have a son, so it's like, man, a lot less stress. I mean, I have daughters. They're, fuck, man, it's scary. Right now, it's like I went to Target with them just like the other day. We're out walking around, and I see all these freaking little boys, teenager boys, looking at them. I'm like, these motherfuckers. I just want to say something, but I keep my control. But
yeah,
it's gonna happen eventually. And I just hope this is a nice guy. But we'll see what happens. They can't get married to each other at 50, so. Or you can tell I'm dead, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, their mother keeps on telling me like, "Oh, see, stepping is such a big deal. They're gonna have boyfriends. You need to get over it." I'm like, "Fuck that shit."
Do they have cell phones?
Huh?
Do they have cell phones?
Oh yeah, man, dude, these kids are spoiled, man. I got them cell phones when they were like 10.
Damn.
And I got them like right now they have the iPhone 11s.
Oh shit.
The 11 XS or whatever. They got them when they were like 11. So they're pretty spoiled. They wanted iPhones since they were like fucking like little. I'm like, an iPhone. You don't even know what an iPhone is. They just wanted it because they see it or whatever, and you know how it goes.
The commercials.
But they're spoiled. I gave them like credit cards and stuff. So.
Oh my gosh! Why do you do that?
I know, dude. It's bad, man. You don't understand. These kids, like, they're always asking for, like, just yesterday they were like, "Daddy, can you send us $20 so we can get Starbucks?" I'm like, "Fuck! I just took you out to get like boba and like some onesies and stuff for their cousin and them." I was like, "I guess," and they bought Starbucks for everybody. It's it doesn't really bother me that much. It's just I don't want to get out of hand. I'm trying to teach them responsibility with it. Like they got to ask before they buy something. And I always tell them if it's a big buy, take a day to think about it because there's always impulse buys. You sleep on it, and if you want it the next day, go ahead and get it.
That's really cool. That's really cool, Daniel. That's really cool that it's weird seeing you as a father. I mean, I understand it, but it's just weird hearing you talk about it so much about it. It's refreshing because I remember when we were young and stupid and we were getting.
I didn't want kids, dude.
No, neither did I. And it's just like a thing that happens, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
I was the last person that you would ever imagine having kids, like a kid or kids in general.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, seriously. I was like, just not the type of person. I even told my mom, man, I'm not gonna have kids. Fuck that. I was like, and I had the whole reason why too. Like, why bring, like, how selfish of me would it be to bring something into this world that is like pretty much doomed from the get go. But I mean, I'm happy that I love my daughters. They're honestly like,
well, that's why
they kind of like saved me in a way.
Yeah.
And like I say, everything happens for a reason, man. You can't just be on like this rock, like of just like going through life, like just at random. Everything has a certain path. So I think everything worked out for the best. I think so. I mean, I'm like 2,000, like 200 something days sober. So I mean, that's crazy.
Okay.
But that in itself is nuts.
Okay, we're jumping ahead. I got some questions to ask you. Sorry, bro. But I would like to definitely talk about it a little bit if you're comfortable. But first, I just want to get into like, were you born in Bakersfield, dude?
Yeah.
You're born in Bakersfield, California, and I remember the only time I've ever been to your house, it was like by the ice house.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago, dude. That was when I was like, man, that was like in like 07 or something like that.
But like, was that where you grew up?
Oh no. Like where I live now on Bell Terrace in like Butler, I actually grew up like like a block down the street. My childhood home was like right down the street on Bell Terrace. I grew up like one block away from Coloma Street, which is fucking crazy in itself too, which is like weird. But yeah, I never even knew that was the name of the street until like later. But the next block over from our old house was Coloma Street. So yeah, that's where I was like pretty much raised. And then like I don't know, I was like in high school when we moved, and then after that, all over the place, mainly here for a while.
So how
my grandparents lived down the street on Baldwin, so yeah.
Yeah, I remember going there quite often. And we used to go over there. I mean, I wouldn't go inside, but I remember picking you up a lot. And this was before when I drank or smoked.
Yeah, I don't think you ever did that. I was surprised when I first saw you drink. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember we used to make stupid fucking videos. And you remember, I saw a video the other day that I made of you. Old video, man. It's where you were talking about Elton John. Remember that one?
Mm.
Where you're like talking about Tiny Dancer. He's like, but he's gay. Who was he talking about?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's weird. I don't remember that.
You did like a whole bit.
My memories are fucked up from back in the day. So
you wrote it. I mean, it was a thing you wanted to do, and we were like, oh yeah, just do like that, yeah. And so you did it. So it was awesome.
I remember the pic thing you did with Chris. That was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. I looked for that on YouTube. I could never find it.
Oh, I have it. If you ever want it, I can send it to you.
Yeah, that shit was so stupid.
I posted that.
I mean, not in a bad way. It was funny.
I posted. It is stupid. It is perfect. No, it's stupid.
But it was just seeing like Chris with that pic. It was like, oh my god, it was a weirdo.
I posted because it happened. Adam, I did one of these with Adam Rodriguez like a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about it a little bit, and he posted it on his Instagram, like a real quick thing. And what I ended up doing was he asked. They were talking in the comments about how fucking they like Travis Scholl saw it. Remember Travis Scholl?
Yeah.
And they were talking about like, and then Adam made me remember that there was like a whole other thing we did that about the same. Like we tried to do a Chris Kills 2.
Yeah, I remember that there was two of them. There was one inside Chris's like living room.
It was Chris Cup versus Chris Leon.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I posted that recently. Yeah, it's funny.
I remember going to Chris's house all the time. Chris Cup.
Yeah.
And like his dad. I remember I used to love his Epiphone bass. I still think about that bass. I remember I tried trading like when I first had my first Music Man bass I bought. And I never even liked it. I never liked it. It was too. It wasn't like my style. But I remember I tried trading. That thing cost like fucking like $900. I was like, dude, I'll trade you. And he was like, ah, I'm like, fuck. And like, and the thing with Epiphone, it was such an old bass. And it's an Epiphone. It's not like a Gibson. It's an Epiphone. So it's like, you know, the lower tier. But it was like, just had the perfect tone. The strings were so old. I would have never changed the strings. I would just kept them the way they were. The tone was like just so beautiful. I still think about that bass like to this day.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
He still has it.
His dad was dope.
Yeah. Oh,
I remember that.
I remember we used to fucking play music late at night. They were supposedly sleeping. They probably weren't sleeping. Damn, dude. Those are the times.
Remember on the radio? We're calling the radio, the prank calls.
Yeah.
When I do the old man voice, asking for like, you know, your Uncle Charlie from San Diego.
That's right. That's right.
I was like, what size underwear do you wear?
What was it? Crab radio.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was really funny. Oh my gosh. No,
yeah,
man.
I remember my aunt lived across the street, which was crazy.
That's right. I forget. We're talking about that too. Me and Adam were talking about.
Yeah,
that's your cousin.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, man, I remember we used to play music a lot. You were in bands. What? Well, you were in a band.
Yeah.
What was the name of the band?
Oh man, okay. I was with Chris and Tony, Chris Leo and Tony, and originally it was our friend John Rod. We changed our name like a couple times, but the first one was Chiquita Yayo.
That's right. That was it. I remember that.
And then it was like Audrey Hepburn for a while.
I remember Chiquita Yayo so vividly.
Yeah, we were doing pretty good. Like I remember, like I was at home. I got a phone call because we played like shows all over Bakersfield and stuff, and we got a phone call from some dude. He was in LA, some like music promoter, and he was like, yeah, you know, I forget the club. It was some like, was it the Roxy? I forget. But he was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I like your guys' sound, blah, blah, blah. Like, where are you guys located in LA? I'm like, oh, Bakersfield. He's like, oh, for real? He goes, that's crazy. Because I guess like someone sent him like our MySpace or whatever, like another dude. And he listened to it and he liked it. And he wanted us to go play up there. And he sent us tickets and we were going to go. But Tony ended up wanting to quit. You know, because he, you know, at the time, like, for the end of all that shit, like, I was strung out. I mean, pretty far. Tony was, like, pretty bad. He couldn't even play half the time because he was just so, like, either high or, like, you know, going through withdrawals. And it was tough. It was crazy. I always wonder, man, like, what could have happened? Because, like, we were doing pretty good.
That would have been fun.
We were, like,
to go to LA?
A
play a show in LA?
Yeah.
That would have been fun as fuck.
We were going to get paid and everything. You know, like, whatever tickets we sold, we would have got, like, a percentage of it. So, but, you know, it never happened.
Damn,
but,
bro.
yeah, that was only, like, we like, split up. And I remember me and Chris tried playing a couple times with, I think it was Este's brother.
I remember that.
Yeah. Man, that was cool. That dude was good. He was, like, more of, like, I don't know, man. He reminded me of, like, he was like a John Theodore type. Like, he... Oh. Hey. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Dropped the phone. Anyway, yeah, he was like a John Theodore type, man. He freaking, like, played so, like, sporadic and, like, almost, like, jazzy-like. But it was dope. He was fun to play with.
I remember...
He would just smoke a blunt while playing. I'm like, man, this fool's fucking crazy. You know, like I didn't smoke weed anymore. I stopped smoking weed when I was in high school. You know, I smoked a lot of bud back in the day. Oh my god!
In class?
Yeah, I remember one time I was at his house, dude, and we were smoking like this bud we got from this dude, and we're outside, we're hitting the bong. Oh no, I just got a hookah. I got a hookah from my cousin, and we were like hitting it big time, and all of a sudden I got a bloody nose, dude. And I swear to God, I was tripping. So was he. I was like bleeding, like gushing blood for like 10 minutes. I was freaking out. I was getting like lightheaded. It was fucking
What happened?
nuts, dude. I think I was just really too high, I guess. I don't know what happened, but it was pretty funny. He was like, dude, don't fucking die in my bathroom. Dude, the blood was like everywhere. I've never had a bloody nose like that. It was like I was having a period or some shit.
Oh my God.
I had a miscarriage from my nose.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that was good times.
So, was that the first drug you ever did?
Oh man. What, weed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess I was like 12, I think, or 11. I was with my cousins. Yeah. I don't know, like 17. I started smoking, but like I started taking pills when I was like 15. So I kind of did things backwards.
Oh.
But yeah, I started with Vicodin first, and then morphine, and then I'd smoke weed periodically. Mostly when I was like 17, 18, when I really smoked, and then like a little after. But I didn't like the way it would feel, man. I just would feel stupid
Off weed?
And I would see people like all like this, and I just all like zoned out and just like not really thinking. And when I would take pills, I didn't look high. Well, not all the time, but like I would be all up and like what's going on? I'd be like I would look normal, so it was a better disguise.
You felt more aware?
Huh?
You felt more aware. Like weed made you feel like unaware?
Dude, like, when I did pills, it was just like I had clarity. I was comfortable. Especially morphine. Morphine was like, like thinking back about how like I thought about it, even to this day, morphine for me was like, oh shit. Sorry, my battery's dying.
It's okay.
It popped up. Anyways, I'm on like 15%, so don't trip. Yeah, morphine for me was like a beautiful like woman. I mean, dude, like I would just like I had a connect who I got liquid from. I had one that had pills, and then I'd have one that have little like capsules that you can pop out and put it in like applesauce. Those hit your stream pretty fast. The liquid was like really strong stuff. First time I ever tried that was, and he didn't like this stuff because it, he didn't like the way it made him feel. He gets sick. He smoked weed. That's what he did. And so he get the liquid morphine and just give it to me. I'm like, fuck. And yeah, but having it like through an IV or like a needle, oh my god, that shit was another level. But that's like in the past, dude. Past that. But
how old were you How old were you when you started morphine? When you tried morphine?
No, I was like 15.
15?
I was like a freshman in high school. Gave me like 20 of them, and she was like, "Just take one." I'm like, and at the time I already tried Vicodin, and I would take like 4 or 5 of those. I'd be like, I got this. And she was, just take one. It will hit you after like 30 minutes. So I took one, and they were 60 milligrams, which is pretty high. It's because there's like 30, 60, I think 80, or then 120. And so I took one, waited like an hour. I didn't feel shit. So I took another one, and I waited about 30 minutes, and I was like, man, this shit is weak. I was like 15, dude. I didn't know shit. And I took another one, and about 15 minutes after that, dude, I was fucking so high. I couldn't feel my face. I was like lying down listening to music. I remember listening to like Radiohead in New York, trying to stay awake because I was so scared that if I fell asleep, I'd like doze off and I felt like, oh my god, my breathing's slowing down, like I'm gonna die. So I stayed up all night long, and then I woke up, went to school, and then the whole day I was like scratching and shit. I was all itchy from like just the the morphine in my system still. But yeah, that day was crazy.
Fuck, yeah. Bro, that's crazy.
I see that shit all the time at school, man. I had pills in my backpack like all the fucking time, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy because like when I finally got clean, like people didn't believe me. Like I'd see someone. I remember I saw. Where's the pills at, Danny? Like they would call me like I don't know. He called me something. I forget what it was. Like the pill guy or pilot. I forget what he called me. Some shit with like pill or I don't know what it was, but and I was like, oh dude, I don't know, man. I'm fucking not doing that shit. I was like, I don't believe you. And I was like, just joking around, which was like fine. But it was crazy because I realized that like people just saw me as that. And the thing is, I don't really talk to that many people in the past anymore. I mean, some, but I just have my close knit friends I talk to. But a lot of people I used to hang out with, that I used to get high with, I don't talk to anymore. Like I had to cut ties, man. And most of them, fuck, man. Some people are dead. I mean, fucking like dead, like to the ground, like suicide or overdose. I mean, it happens all the time. It's fucking crazy. Just lucky that I got out in time. And, it's scary because, like, I'd always wonder, like, man, did I do damage to myself? And it's like, fuck. And now I got fucking, like, liver and kidney problems and shit. It's like, fuck. I either have, like, liver failure or, like, cirrhosis. Because I used to take, dude, like, I ingested, like, so much acetaminophen from, like, the Norcos and Vicodin and all that stuff. Like, I would take, like, 100% with you. I would take, like, 20, 25 Vicodins at once. Jesus at once. Christ. And that shit wouldn't even last but, like, a couple hours. I would take it, and, like, I could smell it come through my pores. Like, I get this chemical smell. And, so, yeah, I would get, like, fucking, my stomach would get really sick. But if I didn't, I get really sick. I mean, I would go through withdrawals, like, fucking crazy. I remember the first time, like, me and P were just starting to, like, date. And she knew I had, like, a problem. Well, she knew that I took pills, but she didn't think it was, like, we'd talk about it, and she was like, you need to stop. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying. But I really wasn't. And one day she came over, we're hanging out, and fuck, man. I didn't think it would hit me that hard. And I was, like, bad. I was, like, lying on her lap, and she had a wet rag, and I was shaking and fucking sweating. I was, like, just having cramps and, like, throwing up and shit. I had a fever. And she was like, oh, my, she was scared. She was like, I need to take you to the hospital. I'm like, fuck that, no. I was like, look, I had her and her sister-in-law went to go meet a dude that I knew, connect pretty much. She picked up pills for me. And I felt, at the time, I was like, oh, man, that's fucking dope. She's a cool chick. But I never, like, forgave myself later. That's fucked up. I mean, how do you make someone do that for you? Like, that's wrong. But that's just how I was back then. And I don't know. I kind of feel like she kind of wanted to fix me, like a project. But I don't want to be anyone's project. You know what I mean? I'm not like something that you can just like a puzzle. I can just fix this, put a little piece here, and complete you. Nah, fuck that. I mean, that just, it always bothered me.
Yeah.
The way I looked at it, I was like, man, if I'm going to get clean, I want to do it, I'm going to do it on my own terms when I want it. And it's selfish in a way, but, an addict in their mind, you can hit rock bottom and still keep on going. I hit rock bottom, fucking, dude. The first time I overdosed, that was my bottom. I fucking died. I was dead. I was in a coma for like 2 months. That was rock bottom, but I kept on going. It's just, I wanted to stop, but I just couldn't. And just one day, man, I woke up and it was just, dude, every day was like waking up, like thinking, like, how the fuck am I going to get drugs today? What am I going to do? Who am I going to have to freaking hustle? Or like, what am I going to do? I don't want to be sick. And it was just a fucking grind, man. It wasn't even to get, to get high anymore. It was just so that I wouldn't be sick. I wanted to feel normal. And I woke up, dude. My eyes were fucking like, I had bags. I was like fucking looking like shit, all pale. Freaking here I am. Freaking, yeah, counseling was pretty nuts. Like, I thought it was like bullshit at first. I was like, this is like dumb, talking about stupid shit. And like the first like couple weeks, I just didn't really say anything. And I was just sitting there, and my counselor, she was like this, really hot Mexican girl named Jessica. She had tattoos and stuff. She was really cool too. She's like my sister at the end. But like, I had her for like 5 years, dude. And she would talk for like 2 weeks, just nonstop, tell me all her problems and shit. And I'm like, man, this bitch is fucking annoying. What the fuck? It's supposed to be about me. But it was her way of getting me comfortable. All that Jedi mind trick shit. And then I just started talking, you start fucking dealing with the stuff that, you know, you have suppressed. Because, dude, I never thought why I got high, you know, why I did things I did. You know, even today, I don't really truly know why. I mean, kind of, but it was just a decision I made, I guess, and it got out of hand. But that's life, though. But, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, it's been like 6 years sober. I mean, I don't drink, really. Dude, I just didn't want to replace another thing for another thing.
That's good.
You know, so I just did it the way the program worked. And
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's
everything.
what he does. I mean, a lot of people, because like in most programs, like you can smoke weed and still be on the program, even when they drug test you, because they don't care about, because they deem weed as harmless.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you had to be completely clean.
Nah, it's just opiates and like meth and shit like that, and heroin.
So you can have alcohol in your system.
Alcohol. I don't know about alcohol. Like I know sometimes when they do drug tests, you can't have any alcohol in your system, but I don't know if they check for that. But I don't drink. I mean, on my own. I mean, I have a beer every once in a while, but when I'm hanging out with somebody. But you know, remember I used to get drunk all the time.
Yeah.
You know, arguing and stuff, but.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I didn't know, because I had to look up after we talked last. You were talking about NA, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I've heard of AA.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to look it up.
No,
and it's like, oh, okay.
AA is like for alcoholics.
Yeah.
NA is for narcotics.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.